Taurus, rising sun, sun, moons. This is your June monthly prediction video. And I picked 5 most important events. Venus conjunct Jupiter, new moon in Gemini, Mercury retrograde in Cancer, full moon in Capricorn, Jupiter ingressing into Leo. So let's start with Venus conjunct Jupiter on the 9th of June, and it's happening on the 25th degree, and it's happening in your 3rd house. So if you're studying, if you're learning, if you have exam, if you have some test, or if you have a driving test, chances are you're getting a very positive answer, maybe more positive than you even expected, especially because Venus is your ruling planet and it's with Jupiter, so you can expect a very big positive development of any kind, especially if you study, if you have been learning something, and if you're having a test. Other than that, if you are starting to learn something, to study something, this is again, it just shows that this is your path and you're meant to do it. Also, some may hear the news that you're accepted into the university or into any kind of program that you were hoping to get accepted into. Also, good time to buy a car, because this car, because Jupiter is in Cancer, it's exalted, it means that it would be a very good decision. So actually any decision regarding logistics or communications is a good decision, even if you want to write an X. Okay, this one should be done with caution, obviously, but even reconnecting with someone could be a good idea if you have an inspiration to do it, or maybe you were hesitating and now on the 9th, especially on the 9th, but also on the 8th or the 10th, you have a green light, open door, and if you do some rather risky step regarding, your past relationship, maybe your ex, if you are doing a risky step, chances are that everything will turn out maybe even more positively than you thought it will. Okay, the next one is new moon in Gemini. It's on the 15th of June and it's happening on the 24th degree of Gemini, obviously, and it's happening in the 2nd house. So this is probably not something very significant, but it's a new decision regarding your resources, your finances, maybe some news coming, because Gemini is communication, receiving maybe some letter, some email, some message. And I mean, at the moment, I don't know this new moon, what it looks like in its own chart, like what this new moon usually would bring for many people in a general sense, but for now it seems like it's a pleasant new beginning, little new beginning regarding your resources. So it can be a new purchase, it can be a new job even, but maybe some not a major, like it's not like you are starting a new job. It can be some new project. It can be a new job if it's, let's say, something that you already knew that it's happening, because this is not some new news that you were not seeing before, like, because this new moon is just, little tiny influence of a new beginning, and it can bring new money flow, like new income, new source of income, but it's probably not very long lasting. Usually that's what happens with the new moon. Okay, the next one is Mercury retrograde in Cancer on the 29th, and it's happening on the 26th degree, and it's happening in the 3rd house. So okay, so I think Taurus are going to be affected the most, in a sense that Mercury and 3rd house have very similar meanings. It's logistics, it's again the same thing: logistics, communication, interacting with someone, talking, having a conversation. And I mean, bad to say, but unfortunately things might go retrograde. Things might not go exactly as you expect or as you planned, and there can be miscommunication, misunderstanding. Like maybe you say some words and they are perceived in a wrong way, and especially with a family because it's in Cancer. So maybe with a sibling because it's in the 3rd house. And yeah, it can be a family member most likely. Other than that, it can have something to do with security of your neighborhood or security of your car, as weird as it sounds, but I mean that's what you get when you blend 3rd house and Cancer. Also, if you have an exam, I mean, let me just check. If you have an exam on the 9th, that's great. But if you have an exam on the 29th, interesting, 9th and 29th, then it's very important to study long and hard because Mercury retrograde is about redoing something. So if you have to redo the exam, perfect. But if you are having an exam or important test, I would say that you have to put 101% of effort. Okay, take care of your car because that might present you with some sort of issue that you need to repair. Okay, the next one is full moon in Capricorn on the 30th, and it's on the 8th degree of Capricorn, and it's happening in the 9th house. So good time for traveling, good time for studying. Interesting, so much focus going towards studies of every and any kind. That's interesting. But anyways, I think most of Taurus will have some traveling experience, especially because it's June. So good time to travel, but since full moon is in Capricorn, you have to make sure that you have enough clothes because it might get too cold. Strange, but it can happen. So full moon in Capricorn is a very it's a very reserved full moon. Like usually, you know, emotions are just so intense and overflowing, but with full moon in Capricorn, I don't think there's any kind of drama, but there can be some experience that feels like what is happening, but you will not be emotional, or anyone else. I mean, they can be, but it's not a very intense full moon, I would say, just because full moon in Capricorn is a suppressed full moon. Okay, and in the 9th house, so if there's any irrational decision made, it can be regarding traveling or regarding a mentor, regarding a teacher, and regarding studies in a general sense, regarding maybe decision in terms of studies. Maybe you, I mean, interesting how it all aligns. Venus with Jupiter, then you have new moon in the 3rd house, again learning, and now full moon in the 9th house. So I think if you want to study something, better to apply early in this month, because if you make any kind of decision in the end of this month, it might not be the best decision, just because, or maybe it might not be the best decision and you kind of know it, but there still can be some disappointment regarding that. In case this full moon really affects your chart, in case you might have Cancer sign amplified somewhere in your chart, then maybe it can affect you, or maybe if this full moon falls on your planets, then that might happen. But otherwise, if you travel, make sure you plan your travel well. Okay, and the last one, we have Jupiter ingressing into Leo on the 30th, the same day as full moon, and it's happening in the 4th house. So it's Taurus people that have expansion of their home, literal and not entirely literal. I mean, sometimes people build additional space to their home. Sometimes people clean the home so it has more space. Or sometimes also people have more family members living together. Or let's say a pregnancy, just like for Aries sign. So I think it's going to be exciting, and there's also more security, more fun within your home with your family members. There's more of interactions. There's just more of fun. Maybe finally you fix the relationships with your other family members, and it just will bring more harmony, because there's going to be a more easy kind of energy with them. Okay, I think that will be all. Maybe you can also expect your family members, especially parents' health getting a little bit better, especially mothers. Okay, that will be all. Thank you for watching. Please hit a like, please hit a subscribe, please comment if you want to say anything, and see you next time in July.